Hello everyone, good afternoon from Riga. I begin actually 2 minutes earlier today, and I already see some guys are already waiting in there. So let's begin with the webinar. And the webinar today, the topic is going to be the use of Aroon oscillators. And as you guys know already, this is almost 2 or 3 months. I'll be talking about the use of different indicators. The reason why I do this webinar for indicators is because we ourselves in the Dukascopy research team, we usually use these indicators as well. If you check any of our analysis, before we jump to the indicators, if you check any of our analysis, you will see we use these indicators to see what is going to happen in the market, actually to forecast the market, that's what I would say, and to see if we have a buy signal or a sell signal. You can see from the MACD to the south, and we have all the indicators. Actually, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but today we're talking totally different one. Last week we talked about actually different stuff again, but it's still the use of oscillator. Last week we were talking about just a second, let me go back to the articles. Last week we talked about the use of the CCI oscillator, this commodity channel index, and don't get deceived when it's a commodity channel index. You can use that CCI to use the indicators to predict or to forecast currency market, the crypto market, and the stock market. So that does not really matter. So before we talk today about these Aroon indicators, if you have any question, feel free to drop it at the chat box there at your top right hand corner, and I will take a look at the question and answer you accordingly if I will have time. And in case you are new to this channel, don't forget to just subscribe to this channel in order for you to encourage us to be doing such webinar. And not only that, I'm working with the bank, we have some professionals tools and experts, I would say, that usually give you the A to Z of what is happening in the forex market. We have FS Passion, we have Doc, that's I usually talk about more about the stock. We have Buy House. I don't remember if we still have Sky the Limit. So you find it you will be beneficiary for subscribing and hitting on the notification bell at the top right corner, and you will be able to get exclusive video, either a live stream or recorded video. So that being said, where will you be able to find our articles? You can go to Dukascopy website, click on the research team. I will just show you from the beginning before I will talk about the articles. You click on Dukascopy, Dukascopy.com. You see market news and research. When you click on the market news and research, what you see there, you see the beginning, the news. This is the news feed, and actually we still post some financial news in order for you to be up to date of what is going on in the financial world, in the global economy. Then you just scroll downward, you can see we have daily technical analysis, we have trade patterns, that's weekly, different currency pair for weekly, mostly exotic, and we have trading idea, and you see the articles. We have a lot. They were up to date. The last one was posted on the 10th of February. So I'm doing it on the 19th of February, which is the use of Aroon oscillator. When you click on it, then the articles will open for you. I will go through this article one after the other, then not all of them, but this just each paragraph. I will go through it and I will explain for you how it works. Sorry that the platform is kind of a little bit slow. Something is wrong with our internet today. I don't know what is wrong with our internet. So let's continue. What is Aroon indicators? What Aroon oscillator indicators? This indicator was created to reveal the beginning of a new trend, as well as to indicate the strength and the weakness of that trend. In other words, this oscillator is still almost the same with what I was talking about previously before. most of all the oscillator, but this one is quite a little bit different. It's almost the same thing with this commodity channel indicators. It's almost the same thing with this ADX indicator, the same parabolic source indicators. Those oscillators, they almost work the MACD2. That's on the high you set, the low you buy. Almost the same thing. That's how it works. But this one is a little bit different. Why this Aroon indicators is a little bit different? Because the Aroon indicators indicate what? A new trend. It shows you the new trend, and not only shows you a new trend, indicate how strong the trend is, and that this trend is very strong or is weak. That is how these indicators work. And before I continue, I will tell you that if you are a new trader, you don't need to use just one indicator to forecast the market. It is not advisable. You need to use at least 2 or 3. Not to use a lot, but at least minimum 2. I would say for myself, maximum 2 or 3 is better. For me, how I forecast the market, I only use moving averages. The simple moving average of 50 and the 100 moving averages. That's number 1. And sometimes I combine it with a channel. That's not indicators. The only indicators there is the simple moving average indicators, and with the price action. That's how I forecast the market, and most times it works for me. So I know about all that indicator, but I'm not really a fan of indicators because they shows you the to me, my conclusion is like it shows you the movement when it already occurs. That is what I know about indicators. That's why I'm not really a fan of it, or maybe I'm not a guru in using those indicators. That's the reason. So that being said, the Aroon Oscillator indicators shows you the beginning of a new trend, and that's where indicate blah blah blah, which I already said. And the traditional settings for the Aroon indicators, indicators is 25 period. That is the traditional settings for the Aroon indicators. But if I don't know why this system is slow, that is not pulling out the charts. But if you look at the Dukascopy chart, you will see that we have 14 days. But you can use whatever time frame or whatever period you want. It depends on your strategy, and it depends on how you. Are you a swing trader? Are you a swing trader, or are you a day trader, or are you scalping? So it depends on your strategy, which type of trader you are. That determines what period you can use to determine to predict the currency pair or the stock which you're looking at. So it doesn't really matter. They say, hey, the traditional one is 25 and you want to stick with 25. I don't advise you to do that. Deals, always focus on what you know. If you like, for me, I'm kind of a day trader. That's my strategy in forex market mostly. I'm a day trader, and if I want to use moving average, that's why I use 2 moving averages: 50 period moving average and the 200 period. And also I use the EMA, the exponential moving average, which is the 21 period. The reason why I use those one, the 50 period shows me, okay, look in the short term, look at where the trend is going. The 200 period shows me in the long term, look at where the trend is going. And the 21 period moving average correlates more closer to the price, so that shows me like, okay, yeah, would there be kind of breakout from that 21 period moving average, because I trade off of the 1 hour time frame. So if you are trading up of the 2 hours time frame, 3 hours time frame, that determines which period you can apply your Aroon Oscillator indicators. So it all depends on you. Let's move further. The main idea behind the Aroon Oscillator indicator is that the strong upward trend we usually perceive in new highs at the May time. A stable downside trend, the vice versa. Let me repeat it. The main idea behind the Aroon Oscillator is that strong upward trend we usually perceive new highs. In other words, when these indicators, this Aroon indicator shows a flash upward trend, like something like this which you're looking at right now, it ends up that it brings a new high. So in other words, I would say it's kind of more or less a price action, I would put it. Just a second. Yeah, okay, let me put this mini level. I will take it again. That's a vertical line, a price level, put it. Yeah, okay. Just look at the example for this period, beginning of on 29, or yeah, on the 28th up to the 31st. It shows that the trend is moving to the upside, which you can see. Yeah, yeah, shows that the trend is moving to the upside. And what happened when it shows that there's a new trend to the upside? This is the previous high, and it takes this high at 1.1038, and it forms a new highs of what 1.190 or so. This is how the that is how you can explain the main idea behind the Aroon Oscillator upward trend and the downward trend. The same comes to the downward trend. When the trend shows you that the movement is going low, then it takes out the previous low, just the way this was, and the same way you're looking at right now. This is how it works, the Aroon indicators. It's kind of very easy to use, but it's kind of tricky too as well, and it's not 100% accurate, just the same way all other indicators is not even 80% accurate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. So that's why you don't rely on indicators 100%. But you can rely on it 30, 40, 50% depending on your strategy, but don't rely on it on 100%. The best strategy is using the price action, the current price action, to predict or to forecast the market. Okay, let's move on. There are two lines in these Aroon Oscillator indicators, this green one and the blue one. You can easily put any line you want. You can make it to be you can put this green bull. So when it's bullish, you can make it to be green, which is fine. When it's downward, you can make it to be red, depending on what you want. So this configuration is up to you, either up or down. It's totally up to you. So there are two lines, the up and the down line. So Aroon up line estimate that the strength of the trend. That's what you're seeing right now. When the line is kind of going up, which is this bullish line, it's showing that they have a strong trend, upward trend. The same way vice versa, when the trend is Aroon down, it line determine the strength of a downward trend. Just vice versa. So anything I tell you on the upward trend is always work in the downward trend the same. And when the uptrend, the Aroon up is above the Aroon down, that shows that what we are on a bullish market, and vice versa. When the Aroon down is Aroon down, look at it. When the Aroon up is above the Aroon down, indicate that the bullish signal, the oscillator should say that bear prevail in the market. And when the Aroon down is above the Aroon up, two line crosses, the oscillator might signal trend in changes. Just the same way MACD's work, just the same way this RSI relative strength index works, the same way this is how it is. When there's a crossover, you know that here it is showing that there's kind of a signal. The price might be changing direction, either up or downward. And finally, the oscillator value switch between 0 to 100. Just the same way with the CC high too. The CC high, we have the high of negative 100, negative 200, negative plus positive 100 and or positive 200 when the price is bouncing between that level. Or this RSI the same 80 20 if I'm not mistaken, or 70 to 30. So this is how it's still they have these numbers, the 0 to 100. The Aroon up line above 50 means that the high is perceived within the 12 period. The same way with the Aroon down. So you just need to look at the 50 line. I'll take back my vertical. Yeah, put it somewhere this region. Then you, oh, it's not showing there. Okay, let's forget about that. Yeah, this 50 line. So that's what is showing you there here. So guys, this is the Aroon indicators. For me, I'm not a fan of Aroon indicators. I will be frank to you. I'm not a fan of it, and I don't usually use all these indicators a lot because some people might be very good in using those indicators. Sometimes I even prefer to use Fibonacci because Fibonacci can give you millions of dollars if you know how to use it. And when I say millions or thousands of dollars, it's depending on how much you have to invest. And don't ask me that question. Hey, okay, if Fibonacci can give you this money, why don't you just quit your job and go trade? Because there's no money. That's the reason why. Before you become a full-time trader, you need to have a lot of money that can be giving you some good income so that you will not be under pressure when you are trading. One reason a lot of traders, new intermediate or even old trader, they lose money in the forex market because they are trading under pressure. If you take away the pressure, the emotion away from it, you can make money even using the basic indicators, and if you know how to use it, very good. So guys, thank you very much for your attention, and this is the use of Aroon indicator. If you have any question in the future, don't forget to leave a comment on the comment box below, and I will answer your question in the next webinar. Or you can send us an email, or you can write for me to do any technical analysis which you want me to do for you. I can predict the market, or I can give you the weekly, how will I put it? Beginning of the week webinar to show you exotic currency or a major currency to tell you what I think will happen by the end of that week. So it's all up to you. So guys, thank you very much for your attention. See you, I believe, next week. Till then, remain blessed and good luck with your trade.